So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss and be testing my first experience running Stadia in my computer. So today we're going to do a simple input lag analysis using two different capture methods and see which one do we think is better. So today is my first experience. I just created my Stadia account. You might see some little notices there popping up. We're gonna try Hitman World of Assassination, and meanwhile it opens, I'm just gonna tell you that the signing up process was very fast, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. You may see some of these pop-ups during this video, but I hope these ones are gonna be the last. And here we go. So it's going to load. I just connected my controller. You can see the screen cap, more pop-ups. So let's take a look and enjoy this video. I hope that you like and remember to subscribe, and let's go. I hope that you guys enjoy and see the results at the end. Let's go, guys. So here we are. I'm just opening the game, basically looking at my settings, NVIDIA, to see if I can see some maybe FPS, some frames per second, just to make sure how fast am I actually playing. I'm a little bit skeptic if this game is actually running at 60 frames or 30, so I would have to investigate a little bit further. But for today's purposes, we're not going to discuss that into a lot of detail until I can get a clear answer on that. So we just want to have and make sure our input lag using our controller. So it took a little bit of time to connect here to the game, maybe some disclaimers. At the end, I just had to cancel it and just play like normal, no online connection. Maybe because you need maybe an extra account for inside Hitman. I'm not really sure. And there we go. So this is our first match, our first play. Really, as soon as it loaded, the quality that I was seeing like on the screen was not that high, but it was definitely playable. When I say playable, is that you could really feel like you were actually in almost real-time action, or like in real-time control of your character. And that was something that really impressed me, because compared to the other system that I have tested, you can noticeably feel some lag in it. So let's take a look. This is just a normal presentation, so you can see the the quality of the video. You're gonna see here me doing some few movements just for you to see like the colors, the textures, the resolution. You could see that the game it definitely looks like a game. It looks fine. It runs fine. You can really enjoy it as far as let's say graphics and you know gaming purposes. You can actually enjoy the game. So in terms of multiplayer performance, I'm not really 100% sure right now, but I can tell you that Stadia has been one of the maybe best systems that I have tested. I have tested xCloud, NVIDIA GeForce Now, Stadia, and I can tell you that GeForce Now was taking the lead, but I really think I actually enjoyed playing with Stadia. You can actually play. My main concern is the way that we are, let's say, reaching out into these platforms. So for example, for xCloud, or the one for the Xbox Game Pass, you have this whole library of games that you can play. For GeForce Now, you also have the same. So you have a whole category or library of free games that you can actually play. With Stadia, I think the approach is a bit different. And maybe, and just maybe, that's the reason why it may be working. Why do I say this? Well, I feel like the Stadia games are actually optimized or developed for their own platform. And this, I think, it's one of the reasons that I feel the input lag is so heavily decreased. And for testing purposes, you're now going to see my camera and the controller there. I'm going to take notes of both input frames and output frames for the movement. So here we go. We start doing the classic, just one button that you can actually hear, so I can have an auditive feedback. I put that into my Excel table, input frame, output frame, and after that I record it and I'll get a graph. Now, because I didn't want to test just one game, now we're going to try testing Moonlighter, which is the second game I want to test today. I had a little bit of trouble here actually finding the play button. I had to go back, as you can see. Then I go back in and I say claim. So apparently, from what I could understand, Stadia gives you some free games a month. I suppose if you're a Stadia Pro subscriber, which is, if I recall correctly, around $11.99 a month, I think. So it's really on par with competition in terms. I think that the price right now should be between $10 to $15. But it depends really on the platform that you're using. But I still think Stadia, I mean, it's very good. You can actually play. Now my concern is how much you have to pay to play a game. So it's the subscription plus the actual price of the game. We're talking about almost PlayStation prices per game, like basically $60 plus 10. It's around 70, and in Canadian that would be basically 70 plus 15, around that, 85. And you keep paying the subscription. So here we're gonna do the same method. We just loaded a sequence and make sure that we can actually have an input that is audible. And here we go, the same. D-pad to the right, D-pad to the right. We keep pushing that. We measure the input and output frames. And after that, we're going to do our testing. So this little game was actually, I felt that it was a lot more responsive. There might be some reason behind this. Like, for example, this game would probably not consume the same resources as it, right? So that will also improve the latency because the game is faster. It's running on faster. It's simply faster. It's easier to run. That is my reasoning behind it. So now let's take a look at our charts, okay? So first we're gonna go with Hitman, which should appear right now. Screen, boom. Okay, so Hitman, we're seeing around 6 frames in average when we're using my PC recording with the old method, and that solves to around 100 frames in average input lag. It's playable, and for the controller we're looking at 46.7. So my previous method was not as good. And as far for Moonlighter, we have 3.6 frames, which actually corresponds to what I thought and I felt, which is the game was running faster. I can actually play it better. And there we go, we're talking about 3.6 frames, and that averages into an input lag in milliseconds of around 60. And for the controller capture, which was my previous method in just the last video for Sea of Thieves, it equates or solves around 30 milliseconds, sorry. And in reality, that means that I cannot use the controller capture anymore because it's skipping some frames, which is giving me inaccurate readings on the input lag. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you on the next one. Bye guys.